Hello, and welcome to Read Us a Story. What shall we read today? How about A Hero Called Wolf by Lucy Rowland and Ben Mantle. A Hero Called Wolf. There once was a wolf who was mean and quite hard, who turned things around with a library card. He'd made some new friends, and he'd learnt how to share, and he now took a satchel of books everywhere. But one day the wolf, looking sullen and glum, slumped into the library and sucked at his thumb. "There, there," Mrs. Jones said. She asked him, "What's wrong?" As Wolf began howling,
"Oh, I just don't belong. In all of these stories I'm always the crook. Can't a wolf be a hero, the star of a book?"
Mrs. Jones pondered, then nodded her head. "So right one," the clever librarian said. "A pen and some paper, that's all you'll need. You could write the story that you want to read."
Could I be a hero?
The wolf thought to himself. He looked round the library and searched through a shelf.
Those heroes are handsome, they're tough, and they're strong. I can't be a hero. I might get it wrong.
With that came a knock and a swing of the door. The woodcutter! Wolf knew this hero for sure.
"I've got a big problem,"
the wolf woodcutter said. He flexed his strong muscles high over his head.
"My axe isn't working. It won't cut my wood. I might need a new one. Oh, this isn't good."
But then Wolf remembered a rather good book called All About Axes. He said,
Take a look."
The woodcutter thanked him and started to read, while outside a knight had arrived on her steed. This hero was shiny. She looked rather tough. She rushed through the door in a bit of a huff.
"Well, someone has stolen my feed bag, of course, and now I can't use it to feed my poor horse."
But Wolf could remember a farm book he'd read and said to the knight,
"Use my satchel instead."
The knight thanked the wolf. She'd just started to read when in rushed a prince, and he ran at such speed. A fast, handsome hero with long, flowing hair. He sulked to the other.
"This doesn't seem fair. I've got a grand ball tonight. Oh, look at that. Someone has ruined my best feather hat."
Just then, Wolf remembered a craft book he'd read. They made a long feather from paper instead.
"Oh, thank you,"
the prince cried.
"My hero,"
he said. Then Wolf grinned a grin, and he scratched at his head. "A hero," Wolf whispered. He turned rather pink. "Yes, maybe," he said, as he started to think. But suddenly, boom! Such a thunderous sound. The shelves shook and tremored. Books fell to the ground. There came a loud bee, a loud bay, boo, and foam. "Outside!" Mrs. Jones yelled. "The giant has come!"
"Stand back!"
cried the woodcutter, axe in the air.
"Away!"
shrieked the prince with a flick of his hair. And "Charge!" yelled the knight. "Now you leave us no choice." But stop! called the wolf in a deafening voice. For heroes are brave, and they're clever and kind. Wolf took a deep breath, so he'd not change his mind. Then he turned to the giant, his voice a small yelp, and said,
"Hello!
Welcome, and how may I help?" The giant was shocked, and he gave Wolf a look, then told him,
The thing is, I need a new book. I've read all my books and I'm ever so old. I've heard all the tales that have ever been told.
"Not this tale," the wolf grinned. He picked up a pen as Mrs. Jost gave him some paper again. "Sit down," the wolf said, "on the soft forest floor. I'll tell you a story you've not heard before. See, heroes are clever, they're kind, and they're brave. A hero's defined by the way they behave." Then suddenly Wolf knew he'd got it all wrong. They're not always handsome, or tough, or strong. The woodcutter, Prince, and the shiny knight too, sat down with the giant, while Wolf thought it through. He wrote, "Hero Wolf," at the top of his sheet, and there, on his face, spread a smile so sweet. A hero at last. It was rather exciting. He took a deep breath, and then Wolf began writing. And that was A Hero Called Wolf by Lucy Rowland and Ben Mantle. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, be sure and like the video. And remember, you can always subscribe to the channel at Read Us a Story. Thanks.
Bye!